So, what is up? Today I'm just going to be giving you basically a how to start in Eco City Craft video. So, when you first log in, this is where you'll be. This is spawn. And of course, you have basically the mini tutorial here. Using something like /kit starter basically gets you a full iron set. Basically, everything you need to just immediately basically create your own mini base. Armor really doesn't mean much because spawn rates are lowered, but there's still an chance that you do need, like, soul speed, for example, for nether wart. And beds, because beds can be used as a wart point. Now for items, like, let's say for example these oak logs, if you do /sell hand, you sell the item in your hand for a certain amount of money, called eco dollars. Now, something they've recently finished adding is the help list, which basically you do /help list and then you just put in /help whatever it is you need. For example, let's go /help builder. And it gives you a list of what your current rank is and what you need to upgrade your rank. In this case, 15,000 ECD to apply for resident. You want to get up to mayor, which is above resident, and altogether it costs you 100k ECD, because a mayor allows you to make your own town. Now, if you want to get more than just this short tutorial and you want to learn about the actual server, you can go to /warp TUT1. Ooh. Okay. So, forget that. /warp TUT2. We're just going to ignore that happened. And you can go through the portal to get to the real TUT one. I don't know, that was probably, because this over here already gives you a portal to mining. You have the same mini tutorial here. And here's where, you have two different ways you can go about learning the server. You can read the book. Of course, you can't take it. Or you can step on these little pads here. And as you see, if you read in chat, it tells you about whatever it is you stepped on. And of course, they're divided up into sections. This is getting started. Useful commands. This is so you can go back easier once you reach the end of a section. Ooh, a little bit of lag there. Shops, trading in money. Player market, which we'll get into later. Eco dollars, which is essentially the server money. Nether stars and EXP, which are very important. I'll explain why later on. And then this is essentially all the different worlds. The world you start in is called Rising. It's essentially the building / where you can be creative world. Anything you build stays. And it's also where you get your towns. Now, in order to get access to, say, the Nether or the End, you have to buy specific ranks, which normally costs 20k each. Then say you get done reading all that. Then you can just warp back in case you missed anything. And then you have communications. Talking about chat. We do have a Discord. It probably gives you it if you step on the marker. Or do /help Discord. Yeah, there you go. Then you just click on the link and it'll take you to the Discord channel. You can teleport back. And we also have forums. Forums are also a very, very big thing. And of course, you can always just ask in chat, and one of the mods or game admins or typically almost anybody will be willing to answer you or give you some sort of advice. And once you step through the portal, you are now in mining, the mining world. As you can see, to build you must walk 50 blocks away. That's the same for breaking, sell hand. Now if you do /wild, it's essentially a random TP. So, you can go and you equip your armor, you go and basically do whatever it is you want. Now when you're just starting out, you can do /register. Of course I can't because I've already made an account on the forum and registered it. But if you're new and you haven't played it before and haven't already linked in a forum account, you get 10,000 free ECD, which is a huge jump for you. And we'll get into that a little bit later. For now, I want to talk about early game money making. Just a quick rundown of it. There's multiple ways to quickly make early money. One way is to basically start collecting logs. Like, logs sell for a decent amount early, considering how fast you can get them and how many there are. Another way is to quickly go ahead and start setting up a small area in Mining World where you can farm. Just get a couple of, wheat seeds off of this grass. Maybe. Maybe not. God, my luck is terrible. Come on now. Wow. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, you can set up basically a little mini farm. Or you can go mining. Mining is the most profitable early game, in my opinion. Because you can't build a big enough farm for it to really be profitable in mining. And the mob spawn rate is so low, it's not worth killing. And typically, this is what I do when I start. Since the server just reset, I typically just make a base basically inside of a mountain. Especially if none of the admins or mods are online to give you a plot, which is essentially your own little slice of land in a town. It's just a nice little tip to know, because in mining you can be raided. And it's something to be aware of, because you can't lock your chest here. So if somebody does find your base out and about, they can just take whatever's in it. Now, if we go to, say, back to warp plots, here is basically newbie plots, basically. You'd ask in chat, and then they would set you up with a plot for the time being. As you can see, you can just do whatever you want with it. You can make your own house. You can just use it as basically a little mini base that you set up. Maybe you have a little farm, etc. Now, if you don't want to sell the server, what you can do is go to /market and peruse player stores. Like, for example, this one sells different colored blocks. This one over here, which is owned by a game admin, sells nether items. So you just go around, you explore, you see what the prices there are. And we have our own website as well for checking chest shop prices. And it's called shopdb.com. And I'll even type it out. Like that. And essentially you search up whatever item it is you have or you're looking for, and it'll tell you all the chest shops that are selling it or buying it, and at what price they're selling it or buying it at. Now, if you do /register, there are a few things I recommend. One is either, if you want to take the mining route, go ahead and pick up a max pickaxe. Whether it be Silk Touch or Fortune. Right now, Fortune is better because ore is kind of dropping in price. Unless it's certain ores. And if you don't want to go the mining route, and you want to go, say, the fishing route, buy the fishing rod. Typically, you want to avoid mending because it has a lower XP gain on here. But Luck of the Sea isn't exactly good either because base Luck of the Sea is disabled. The only Luck of the Sea we have is MC MMO. And of course, as you can see, like this shop, for example, he sells basically just maxed out tools, armor, etc. Now, if you want to sell to a store, let me see if I have anything I can sell. Okay, cobblestone. Let's go back over here real quick. So if you want to sell to a sign that you can sell to, it'll have an S on it. You left click. Now, if there's not enough space in the chest, you can't sell it. Of course, that makes sense. But if you want to buy the item, you right click it. And then, as you can see, I can now sell back to it. Bam. And it'll pop up in chest, and it'll tell you, like, it doesn't have enough space, they don't have enough money, you don't have enough money, etc. And that's pretty much about it. The only other thing I'll talk about is basically what you spend EXP on, which is nether stars and enchantments, which is down below the market. See, you can buy nether stars for 550 XP each, and you can sell them for 500 XP each. Now, with nether stars, you can buy either god drops, which gets a chance to give magic tools, which I'll get into a later video if y'all want, and star tools and armor. And there's also magic armor. I don't know why I thought y'all would know that. As you see, they all have their different, enchantments and stuff. Magic tools, for the most part, are worth it because they're stronger, but only for certain days of the month. So far, right now, we're down to 2 days a month where they're usable. For example, the magic hoe automatically replants. Star tools and armor, on the other hand, are usable every day. Every day, all day. So, overall, they're the better call right now in terms of the most money you'll make per time. And if you go over here, you can basically select any enchantment to put on. Like, let's say, for example, let's get the fishing rod out. And you just right-click, bam. Your fishing rod now has lure. And it only costed you 100 XP. So yeah, that's basically it for how to get started. And if you want me to make more videos about each of the different parts of ECC, like go more in depth about money making, magic tools, etc., just let me know.